here and I am looking at a really awesome train layout by the Brisbane L Gauge train group, and it's pretty big. And I have Aaron here from the group. Hi Aaron.
How you going?
Pretty good. And we've got some interesting stuff here about the Stages of Track Electrification. I was wondering whether you'd be happy to talk about that.
Sure, why not? Seeing you here.
Yeah.
So
Where do we start?
We'll start at the front, but to give a bit of background. I quite like the back of house train machines. So not the rolling stock, not passenger vehicles, but things that do the work, build and maintain the railways that we all so we can operate on them.
Okay.
So what I've put together here, the project I've worked on for several years, but it's fine. This last year it's been able to be put into a format where we can actually present it as a storyline. So at the start here, we have some guys. What we can't see, there's a surveyor. He's marked out where the guys need to do some digging. So we've got the down here. We've got some guys pouring the concrete footings from the obviously the pump station at the back there.
Yeah, you can see they're really busy there.
They're really busy. It's a very slow concrete pump, this one. I'm not sure what's going wrong, but they've been standing there for quite a while.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, once we've done that, we end up a nicely concrete poured footing.
Yeah.
Nicely formed and cast up. So here's the gentleman there is just cleaning her off, ready for the first work wagon, which is a wind-off multi-purpose vehicle. And it's with a work crane there installing the first mast.
That's the mast there. Cool.
Using its on-built hydraulic crane. Then normally there'll be in the real world, there's some bit of distance between the next work wagon. But here this work wagon is now installing these small part structures. Again, it is a wind-off multi-purpose vehicle, which interestingly to note are actually built at scale, 1 to 38.
Nice.
1 brick equals 1 foot.
That's very clever.
So these are 8 stud wide trains. So here they're putting on the small parts structures, which are used to attach the wires.
Oh, okay. So we're eventually going to attach wires at some point.
Yes. So we've got another big nice crane here. This is a road rail crane as well.
And what is it doing?
That's lifting up the vertical earthing wire to the top of the mast, attached to the small part structure, using a LRB 17 SRS road rail cherry picker truck.
That's a very
That's
long
a bit
name.
of a tongue twister, yes. And interesting to note that on my Flickr gallery is the most viewed image.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? That's right. So meanwhile, once they've got the small part structures all set up, it'll hopefully look like that. So it's got that one's missing something, but it should have the 3 parts, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
So obviously we're missing one of them on that one and that one. Then this we come to a slightly different wind-off multi-purpose vehicle. It's got a different cab, and it's set up with all the wiring looms ready to
all the cabling.
Put all the cabling on. So to make their job easier, they've got a couple of little knuckle boom cranes ready to move the coils as needed. One of the problems I've had with this display is trying to get the cable to look effective and draw out. But Lego is not really strong enough to hold the cable.
Yeah, because the tension of the cable.
Because of the tension of the cable, Initially I actually tried using this cable, which is just a picture framing cable.
Oh yeah.
It's a twisted wire.
Yeah, I can see that. That was good.
Looks really effective in these in a drum. But that didn't quite work, so I've gone to a wire.
They're like galvanised wire.
Galvanised wire, which you actually can straighten.
That's very shiny.
Yes, that's what happens when you straighten it. Puts a big twist in it. So these guys here will be attaching the wire to the small part structures.
Yeah.
Got the elevated platforms.
Safety first.
Safety first, yes. And then finally we have a Placer and Thur MTW 100.83/1.
That's another tongue twister.
That's another, yes, it is another tongue twister. And that's actually once again a real model in the real world. 8 wide again, and it's actually this one here is set up doing the inspections on the wires and taking measurements to ensure safe operations for high-speed electric trains.
And that's very important because they go high speed.
When you have high-speed electric trains, you don't have much time to change things, so
yeah,
everything needs to be adjusted perfectly for them to run at speeds excess of 100 kilometres an hour.
Oh wow!
So this process is actually inspired by the Great Western Electrification project, which is running from London to Bristol. It's been going for a couple of years, but it's still in operation now, and what they're doing is electrifying the rail line, going through that process. Mine's a slightly shorter version of it for Lego purposes, display purposes, but it effectively tells the same story.
Oh, that's great. It's very educational. I've noticed that a lot of the kids today have enjoyed reading your little interesting blurbs on the bottom there.
So the blurbs at the front have been really good to enable people to actually follow the story and understand what they're seeing.
Yeah, it's a great little story. Thanks for joining me today, Aaron.
No worries,
it's been great. I think we've learnt a lot about the electrification of train line thingies. Technical jargon insert here. I think we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks Aaron for joining me, and keep on building, guys. Get inspired and maybe try some track work. This looks awesome. See you next time. Bye bye.